as it's happening, did you have any sort of fears? And I'm asking you especially because I would say your kids are younger than, I don't know if there's an average, but they're very young. So like, did you have any sort of fears, trepidations, and how have you managed that since?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's certain anxieties that come with like, oh, I'm solely responsible for these kids' well-being right now. Like they're in my care. I need to make sure that I don't fall off a ladder putting something away, and
Right.
don't shout at them, and make sure that they have clean clothes and food packed to go to school or kindergarten in the morning. So it's a lot of responsibility. There's this story they tell about the town with 10 Jewish men, right? Not to make it like too Jewy a story, but there's a town with
nothing. It must be an interesting town.
Right. There's 10 Jewish men in this town, and of course you need
20 opinions.
5 synagogues. You need 10 Jewish men to have a quorum for prayers, right? And so when there were 10 Jewish men in the town, they always had minyan. That's what they call the quorum, right? And then an 11th family moved into the neighborhood, and they could never get a quorum together because everybody always thought like, well, it's his time.
The next one.
Yeah.
Right. Let the other 10 make it this time. I don't have to go. Everybody thought that, or half of them thought that, whatever. So, when I have the kids with me, it feels like, like the 10 men situation where like, no, I have a responsibility. This is all on me, as opposed to when the mother's in the picture. Also,
right.
I can take a break.
Yeah, backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have backup. Can you put the kids to sleep tonight? You're packing their lunches? Good. Like when they're
I'm going to go to the bathroom for 4 minutes.
Yeah, seriously. Please do not murder each other.
Did you have to learn any like new skills or things that you... I don't know, you moved here a long time ago, so you've been on your own for a while, but
Yes.
were there any, things that you learned or figured out what the kids like to eat or...
Yeah, so cooking's been a new thing. Like, I used to prepare myself food, but like, it wasn't always like balanced, nutritious meal. It wasn't always all that tasty either. I would just kind of throw something together, and if it worked for me, it worked for me.
Right.
Suddenly I've got 2 picky little mouths to feed. So definitely had to adapt to that, and also other things. Like having a daughter in diapers is different from having a son in diapers. You have to learn other things, and that was just something that we were dealing with recently. I was like, I'm proud of myself for being able to step up. When I can tell my baby mama that that our daughter's having difficulty with X, Y, and Z, and she's like, oh wow, I hadn't noticed that, and what did you notice? How is she sleeping? How is she breathing? She's had some respiratory issues.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Not too drastic, thankfully, but something we're trying to track and take care of. It gives me pride to be like, a really responsible father, and hands-on, and not just like, hey, he's the fun parent that you get to visit and like anything goes, and mom will take care of it. And when I can make them food, when my ex-wife asks me like, hey, what meals have you been making that they like? How's that been going for you? And I can give her a recipe. I'm like, what's going on here? This doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But if I can tell her about the pasta dish that I make them that they really like, then that's awesome.
Right, and they might be going to her house and saying, I want Abba's this, Abba's that. So
yeah.
She has to come to you for that. That's cool.
Yeah. So, that's it's a point of pride that I'm able to rise up to the occasion and parent them, take care of their needs, physical needs, and their emotional well-being, and try to give them a happy home and a good childhood, despite everything else.